and we are back at the AMSEP Thailand, the exchange project. Today we have come into the episode 6 of the project. I'm Better.
And I'm Neil.
And we are the National Officer of AMSEP Thailand. Today we are pleased to inform you that we're going to be discussing about the exchange program in Asian countries. And very special, we have invited 2 guest speakers that have experience in those countries. May I have the guest speakers introduce yourself, please?
Hello, everyone. So my name is Ping Pong. I'm second year medical student from Raama Hospital, Mahidol University, and I have been to Australia for the AMSEP exchange program.
Hi, my name is Ice or Wareevan Sujirapinyokul, and I'm a third year medical student also at Raama Hospital. And I went on the exchange at Japan in the last month with my university club.
So we are very pleased that have you guys two here, and so don't waste any time and let's start at the first question. So the first question, can you tell us about the country that you have been to the exchange or study before? Talk about the program and organization that you joined, and it will be very interesting that tell us some highlight or fun fact about those countries.
Sure. So thank you for the question. So I had the opportunity to visit Japan, and it was hosted and prepared by my university club, which is Raama International Club, a club in my university, and it is a 1-week exchange for clinical observation. So in the exchange, I have an opportunity to observe the medical conferences, a surgery, and a workshop, and also got to travel around Tokyo. So as we all know that Japan is a country with a rich and unique culture that has captivated the world for centuries. From its stunning landscapes and its vibrant cities, Japan offers one-of-a-kind place that is both excited and enlightening for me. So in addition to cultural offerings, it is known for its innovative technology and cutting-edge research, particularly in the field of medical science. So overall, I would say that Japan's blend rich culture, innovative technology, and also unique medical challenge, medical systems, healthcare system, making it a fascinating country to study and learn from. And so one fun fact about Japan, it's have the I would say a fun fact about the food. It have the world's largest fish market, which is called Tsujiki Market, and I went there and really enjoy the fresh fish. Yeah, so that's all from me.
So I went to Australia last month for the AMSEP program, or Asian Medical Students Exchange Program, which is in program for medical students to go exchange abroad for 4 aspects: for academic aspect, bonding aspect, cultural aspect, and doing community service together. So we were there in Australia for 7 days, and we were guided by Australian hosting committee to go around Melbourne and to have a chance to go to many famous sightseeing places of Australia. And we went to Melbourne University as well as the Peter Mac Cancer Center. And we have seen that Australia is a country that full of diversity, many people from many different parts of the world, from Asia, from Europe, and from America. And it is a country that very rich in diversity. And I would say that fun fact of Australia is that it is a country with a lot of kangaroos, and people there even eat kangaroos to keep the balance of diversity, which I haven't known that before.
Okay, well, that's very interesting. So I want to ask all of you the next questions. Could you please tell me why the reason you choose to join the exchange program in that country, like about the culture or the people or anything else you would like to share?
So as I have mentioned before, that Australia is a country that is very rich in diversity, and I haven't been to Australia before. So I would like to experience how the diversity of cultures and the diversity of lifestyles of many people blend in together as a community and how they live together. And I feel like it is very fascinating to see different regions of the city of Melbourne has different highlights, like the Chinatown, or some parts have like more of the Mexican part, and it's something that I'm really interested in. Also, I'm very interested in the cancer and the oncology field, and I've known that cancer is a very famous disease in Australia, so I would like to know how they treat the skin cancer in Australia, as well as how they develop research against the cancer in Australia.
So for me, firstly, I was eager to broaden my perspective. I didn't want to be just a medical student who specialized in medicine, but a medical student who traveled the world and embraced moral life lessons and understood the world in different ways. And secondly, Japan is my dream country with its unique culture, mouth-watering food, and a lively place to travel. So when the opportunity presented itself, I decided to join this exchange, and it is a decision I would never regret. And talking about medicine, because we are a medical student, so Japan is a country that always been at the forefront of medical advancements and innovation. And in recent years, the country has made a significant strides in the field of robotics and personalized medicine. And these advancements have led the development of cutting-edge medical technologies and treatment that offer new hope to patients. So that is very amazing. And another thing is that Japan has the highest life expectancy in the world, as we all know, which has led to a medical challenge for the country. However, Japan has also made a significant strides in addressing the challenge with policies and medical advancement to promote the healthy aging and improving the quality of life for older adults. So I think that clinical observation, even it is a short clinical observation, it will expose us to variety of medical conditions that we may not encounter in the textbooks. So that's the reason why I joined this exchange.
So looks like you guys joined an amazing program. Yeah. So let's move to the next question. One thing that's very interesting about the exchange program is the friendship. Can you tell us about the friendship you make along the way?
Yeah, I have made various kind of friendship. So firstly, I would like to talk about friendship with a stranger. So from stranger to friend. So firstly, before joining the exchange with the Gentino friends, the friends from the university, I went to a trip with the girls before going to the university. And as we all know, living in Japan, where only few do speak English, everything was so easy because of these kind strangers. They helped me a lot. They helped me to translate the Japanese word, guided me when I was lost, or even helped me to carry my very, very, I will repeat it again, very heavy luggage up the stairs. I was like surprised that when I was lost, I was surprised that they didn't only told me the way, but also walked with me until I reached the destination, which that is a rainy day too. So I was so thankful and want to share this positivity. Without help with these kind strangers who are now friends, everything wouldn't be this easy. So that's a friendship with a stranger. And second, the people I cannot forget to mention are my friends from the university, which is Gentino University. I forgot to say the university name at the beginning. Okay, so the program is bilaterally just like AMSEP, which means that they had been to Thailand before. And during that time, it was so precious, and I couldn't believe that we could get along well this fast. So this time was more special because we got to meet our friends who we really miss. And they prepare everything for us, including the academic and cultural programs, even though they have a very, very tight schedule. We got to spend time together for a week and getting more close and understand about their living. So we had to leave at their dorm, which is in Sendaki. That we call it Sendaki dorm, which is quite near to the hospital. And every day we woke up around 5 to 6 a.m. which to get ready for the day. And mostly we started our day with attending the conference and observing the ward round in the respiratory and neurology department. And fun fact, all the conference are all in Japanese. And we try to listen for the English keyword. So with some help from our friends, the Japanese friends and also international students there, we can understand some of the words. Though we couldn't understand all of them, it is a worthwhile experiencing how the medical conference work in real life, which is my first time. And also, as the university is famous about Parkinson's disease, in the neurology department, we had a chance to see the real patients during the ward round and learn through the research that the university students are doing and also the professors. So I have seen a research about using a blood serum assay to diagnose the neurodegenerative diseases, including Parkinson's. So that's quite long, but without help from our Gentile friends and the university club, we wouldn't have the opportunity to observe such amazing and inspired observership in this preclinical year. And okay, last, not to mention, my Thai friends. So we have lived together for about 10 days and did quite everything together, from attending the medical conferences to exploring the city and trying new foods. Even though the program was only like 10 days long, we became more intimate and understood more about each other as we are together in all emotions, whether we are happy, sad, angry, hungry, until sleepy. So I think that's the meaning of true friend. So overall, I'm grateful for all kinds of friendship I made during the exchange, and I feel that they all have a positive impact in my life and my perspective to the world. Thank you.
So for me, the friendship during the Australia exchange was very amazing. I believe that it was started at the beginning from like January, because I was part of the Thai hosting committee and I had a chance to work online with Australian team, like A-DoAMSEP Australia, for more than 4 months before the exchange. So we had a chance to work together online. And since the first day that we met at the hotel, all of the hosting committee were very nice to all of us. They were very generous and helpful and kind to all of us, provided us with like late night meal, which we didn't expect for that at all. And we were very thankful for that after like 9 hours flight. And all of the hosting committees are very helpful and they're very dedicated to take us along and they will passionately introduce us to Melbourne. Like they took us to so many places and they stayed with us for more than 14 hours a day, which they shouldn't have to do during their midterm breaks. And they were only 10 hosting committees in their team. So it was a very huge workload for them, but they still dedicated their time and stayed with us, which we really appreciated. And during the day, we also had so many chances to talk and exchange our lifestyles, likes and dislikes, and some talk about the medical school of our countries. And we feel like we are very grateful that we have this opportunity, because it is a very rare opportunity to get to really talk to medical students abroad. And we really get lovely to get to know them, really great to talk to them and really share experiences of our life. And until now, we still keep this friendship. Me and my friends still have like group chats to talk to them and to keep in touch with some of the hosting committees from Australia, to share about our daily life and to share about our life right now, what's happening and what to share and when to meet again in the near future. And we really feel like we really appreciate this lifelong friendship, and we don't know when will we have a chance like this again. So we are really thankful for this AMSEP exchange program that provide us this friendship. And we can really feel that all of their team of the Australian hosting committee are working very hard for this. So there is no word to describe how thankful we are, but yeah, thank you for our friendship and thank you for the dedication they have with all of us, the hard work and the kindness they give to us during the exchange and also after the exchange.
Wow, from what I heard you just say, I think that all of your memories about the friendship you made will be your proudest memories around the exchange program you have gone through. So talk about the memories and experiences. I want to know the next question, that what do you have learned from this past experience and how it influenced you? Who are you today?
So from what I have learned a lot and I have gained and grown a lot during this AMSEP exchange program. But in an academic aspect, one of the sessions that intrigued me the most was the BMAC Cancer Center, when we have an opportunity to tour the cancer center and get to see different facilities in the center as well as the high technologies in the center. And I was very interested in the BMAC Cancer Center, which is a very newly built building. And with these opportunities that I got to see the radiotherapy wards as well as the research centers, I feel like I got inspired to do like this kind of research abroad, as well as to try to find more opportunities to go on for this exchange, because I feel like there will be so many more places or so many more centers, that medical centers that is very high technologies, and I really love to see it. So this opportunity really inspired me to find more opportunity to grow and to learn more. And also, as I have mentioned, that I got a chance to stay with Australian team for 7 days, which was not too long, but still enough for us to get to know each other. I also feel like it's an opportunity for me to grow my confidence, because we have to talk to new strangers and we have to talk to new hosting committee every day, which really allow me to get my confidence to talk to like strangers and new people every day, and really allow me to be more open-minded to new people, be more extrovert, and to try to learn with them more.
That was so interesting. Actually, my answer is not much different from Nong Ping Pong. So firstly, I believe that all changes are what make us grow, even though there are good change or sometimes a bad changes, but or are what make us learn and be ourselves in a better version. So I'm gonna talk about the change that I found during my experience in Japan. So firstly, about the culture, I learned to respect other cultures and their belief. No matter where we are, it is important that we should study about their cultures and beliefs and sincerely show respect to that country's identity. And the second change is that I able to get out of my comfort zone. We got to plan the trip and organize everything by our own at the first place, and also learn about the Japan subway map, which is complicated, just like the connections of blood vessels in our body. And the last change is that to be more flexible, because we do all have plans, but in real life there are no fixed plan, and its intention is not to reach the destination, but to learn throughout the beautiful journey. So what I'm going to say that we all learn from mistakes, obstacles, and failures, and experience comes from what we haven't expected or planned ahead, which allows us to solve the unexpected problems, therefore giving us a new perspective. And this is what I call an experience that make myself who I am today. Thanks.
So it sounds like the exchange program not only give you fun times but also teach you a lot of lessons. So let's move to the next question. I want to know the difference between the exchange program countries that you have joined and our country, Thailand. Can you give us some example or aspect of this question?
All right. So I think both Japan and Thailand have their own uniqueness that makes them special. So firstly, let's talk about medicine. So in Japan, we have a chance to observe the surgery at gynecology. It's a myomectomy or the removal of the uterine fibroids. And also the surgery using the Da Vinci surgical system, which is a robotic surgical system that uses a minimally invasive surgical approach, which is very interesting, and it is my first time seeing it. So I think that it's made me realize that the real success is to not stop improving. The Japanese are developing the fastest and most efficient way to treat their patients while concerned about the post-operative effects by reducing pain or the surgical scars and trying their best for the patients. So this was my first time observing the real robotic surgery. So it was an eye-opening experience and touched me and personally inspired me a lot, want me to be a better medical professional. And secondly, let's talk about the health system. So as we all know that Japan has a governmental and private hospitals, just like in Thailand, and they are all aimed for best treatment for patients. But what made me impressed was that there are only few differences between the private and governmental hospital in Japan, aiming for the same standard for all hospitals in Japan, regardless of their type, which I think this is very amazing and really helpful. It is a role model for us and could lead to a step closer to universal healthcare. And lastly, about culture. So one of the amazing thing in Japan is its unique culture. Like I've mentioned, I was fascinated by everything around me. I learned so much about Japanese culture, including their customs, traditions, and way of life. And with my precious hospitality from my Nintendo friends, I was able to experience things like eating sushi in a traditional restaurant and wearing a kimono and praying at Japanese temple, and also visit Team Lab, which is a art museum in Japan, a very stunning one, and also Kawagoe, which is an Edo period castle town, well known for Japanese sweets. So all are amazing. And also the people in Japan are incredibly kind and hospitable. They made me feel welcome from the moment I arrived till I leave.
So for me, I would say that the differences between Australia and Thailand, first of all, is the medical education system. Because in Thailand, people who finish high school would be able to apply for the medical faculty or the medical school immediately and continue their medical school for 6 years. But this is only the case in some of the university in Australia, because most of the universities in Australia require medical students to finish their undergraduation degrees, which took 3 years before they can become medical students. So it means like studying medicine in Australia will take you 1 or 2 years more than studying medicine in Thailand. And that also leads to another point that I feel like medical students in Australia get to expose to clinical fields and get to learn with the patients before Thai medical students do. Because what I have been told by the physicians there was that the medical students in Australia will get to learn with the patients since their second year of medical students, while in Thailand, it will be after the 4th years. So I believe that these are the two main differences of the medical education system between Australia and in Thailand. Also, another healthcare treatment that I feel like is also very different from Thailand and is something that should be to receive more recognition in Thailand is a term called VAD or voluntary assisted dying, which is the term where doctors prescribe medicine for patients to end their life. So in Thailand, many patients or many people were told to not kill themselves or to not end their own life. But in Australia or in Melbourne, they give rights to patients who are willing to end their life because they believe that this will increase their life expectancy and increase their well-being as a patient. So I feel like we should raise more awareness on this point in time as well. So about the culture, I feel like from what I have experienced, there is not many differences between the Australian culture that I have faced and Thai culture. Maybe because I was in the region where there were many Asian people and many Asian restaurants. But yeah, I feel like in some region of Australia, there were Asian wives, and I feel like the vibes were not so different, but still I can sense the blending of the other cultures as well as the Mexican cultures, the American cultures, and the European cultures. So I feel like it's also the fascination of living in Australia.
That's very impressive for all of your answers to showing the difference between the Thai and the another country experience and cultures and anything that different from Thai. So let's move on to the next question. And this question is really piques my interest most because I want to ask about who or which kind of person do you recommend to apply for this program?
To be honest, I would say that this AMSEP exchange program, I would really recommend it for everyone. There is no specific requirement for anyone to apply for it. The only thing that I would say is something important is to be open-minded and to be ready to learn and receive new information every day. If you have this if you have this quality to learn and to explore new information and to exchange cultures with other students from all over the world, you are very, very recommended to go on this exchange program because it will suit you very much. You will not only receive experience from academic aspect, but also get to share knowledge and share cultures, share beliefs and everything with medical students from other countries, which is something that is not very easy to find in your own country. So I would highly recommend for everyone to apply for it if you feel like you want to learn and explore something that is not only just in your lectures.
Yeah, just like ping pong quality as she mentioned. So I would recommend this to all medical students who seek for more journeys outside of school. I would recommend it to all of you, whether you can go with AMSEP, FMSA, or even your university club, or whether opportunity that comes to you. So I would say the feeling of being lost, the feeling of fear, and the feeling of excitement that come along with each other are what make you speechless and will turn you into a storyteller one day. Thank you.
So lastly, before we go, I would like to ask you to give some word or some last recommendation to the students or the person that interested to join the exchange program.
So if the opportunity comes to you, just go for it. You'll grow up in a way you won't think possible.
Please don't hesitate to apply for the exchange program. It will be a very remarkable experience and it will be the experience that you will cherish forever.
Well, that's very inspiring for all of it. So now we have reached the end of the episode 6. I'm pretty sure all the listeners will get a lot of useful information about the exchange program that all of you guys gone through. And I would like to thank you, Ice and Ping Pong, very much for giving your time to join in this interview, and I really appreciate for that. And last one, could you please give out your information? And last one, could you all please give your contact information in case some of the listeners have more questions about the detail of the exchange so that they could ask you directly?
So for my contact information, you can contact me via IG. So it's pintpong.ps.
And mine is ICEWRVS.
So very lastly, I would like to thank you another time for our great guest speakers that come to join us and share us your experiences. And this is not the end of the exchange project by the AMSEP Thailand yet. So the next episode, it will be episode 7. We will be talking about the exchange program in European countries. Please look forward to it and see you again. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.